keeps mine to
I'm
herself.
gonna be a notary.
All right.
She did.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm gonna get my contractor's
And
license.
like-
And that's what we're working on. I don't need
You know,
all this drama.
and like I told you, part of my disability is I have PTSD. When that gets triggered,
She gets loud.
my voice starts getting loud. If the trigger goes away right away, it calms down. If it doesn't, my voice keeps on getting louder and louder and louder until that trigger goes away.
And guess who has to hear it?
And what's causing me to be triggered is the lady that started all this.
But I understand.
So it sounds like,
And it's well documented, it's part of my disabilities with Social
And she
Security.
gets disturbance about her voice.
She doesn't like me.
That's disturbance.
so it sounds like from our conversation earlier, we were able to identify that Stacy in 54
Yeah.
kind of started this back in early July.
Yes.
And that these gentlemen from your first name of Chris, that we've identified through that address
Yeah.
is
I
the
know
person
that-
we had a problem with yesterday.
Yeah.
And then
And
today, this shows up.
I know that he mentioned that he was in prison in
Yeah, he
California.
was in Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay.
But,
And
That's a hard joint, man.
yeah, and,
we've roped in,
another thing is about Stacy. The only way Stacy to get, to do
It's stable.
to get this going and keep it going is she involved Teresa, who lives with Chris.
She
And
involves
Teresa,
everybody.
Teresa is disabled also.
It's third
And
party.
And she involved the caregiver that takes care of Teresa.
so what I think is good is that, because I haven't been out here before, right? There's been some calls this month, I haven't been out here before. But I know that since today, when I started talking to you guys, we now at least have a police report documenting this whole chain of events.
Yeah.
That way, if something, say something happens, say there's a confrontation, right? At least it's discoverable, like you guys are the ones calling us and trying to do the right thing.
Correct.
Because so far, I think you have shitty neighbors, if I'm being honest, but so far there's not a lot
Yeah.
we can do except cover your guys'
Yeah.
butts by
And-
documenting
and-
stuff, right?
And the only reason why Robert is here is he came to my rescue and took me to the hospital when I was injured at another address. And he's been a friend ever since. And so he wanted Robert to come over to try to help calm him down. And of course, you know, Rob, if anything breaks out, you know what the cop watches do. And we thought, well, he's over here visiting and trying to help calm my husband down. But he will get good video if anything happens.
So I was gonna say, if there is a confrontation,
Yeah.
you hear cops say all the time, like, well, we weren't there. We gotta try to figure out what happened.
No,
But
I'm not gonna.
if we get someone,
I'm not
if we
gonna
record
go.
something,
I'm not gonna go out and hit
So
somebody.
that's
I
the
try to
main
walk
reason
my way out.
why he's here.
It's
Is
easier to walk away from a
number
fight.
one,
you know?
to visit and to try to help calm him down, because me and my kid haven't been able to get him to calm down. And so we enlisted Robert's assistance to help try to calm him down.
I just didn't like that.
So it doesn't-
Calming wet back. I
so
don't
it
like that,
doesn't-
brother. I don't.
So it doesn't
I've been
blow
called
up.
that all my life. I don't like that. I know that he did.
So,
I know that between me and you and the backstop, I know that he's sleepy.
but yeah,
You know what it is.
but yeah,
You know what dope.
that's the main reason why our friend is here. Just to assist, because we don't want it to blow up, but if it does blow up, if, you know,
it's an added layer of protection.
yeah.
He's sleeping. I know he's sleeping. I already see it, man. People come in and out of his house and he's sleeping.
And we
This
just,
is off the beaten path a little bit. You can probably get away with a lot of stuff in this little courtyard.
I'm not a staged brother. I'm not.
just,
Just being honest, you know?
But there's unspoken rules, right?
Right.
That breaks the rules.
and we know that you guys have dealings with the cop
We're
partners,
good
and you guys
people.
have
We're
dealings
good.
with, and they have dealings with you guys, so you guys know who they are and all this stuff, so.
No
But
problem at all.
they're not here for any other reason except for to visit with us, trying to get this guy to calm down.
I know he's been holding me.
And because
I have a bad
I'm
temper.
trying to prevent this from coming to a full-blown explosion and having you guys rushing here. Because if you guys come rushing in here, some handcuffs are going to be going on and some heads are going to get knocked.
And I think that this has all been at least a few weeks in the making.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be at least a few days in the fixing.
I'll leave myself to myself, you
So,
know. I keep myself
we're-
inside, and
we're
I'm
trying-
more mature than he is, you
We're
know.
trying to take the steps to keep this
He
from
snapped at me,
exploding.
he came out of me, the van, and I just said, whatever. If you're gonna hit me, hit me. I ain't gonna go, I'm not gonna go after him unless he comes to my door. But then this came. I didn't like that.
I don't think so.
That's my big concern is not to have this
And
go
she got
to,
upset.
to blow into a big explosion. Yeah. And then have,
Call me a wetback?
and then have, because if it goes into a big explosion, who's gonna have to deal with it? It ain't gonna be me, and it ain't gonna be Robert, and it ain't gonna be my son. It's gonna be you guys.
And you're going to catch an initial wave whether you want to or not.
She's gonna be-
Because you care about your husband. I think you're gonna-
Well, I'm not gonna get in the middle of it, but if I have to stand in front of him to keep him from getting hit, if they're gonna end up hitting me, if I go down, he's
You
gonna go
will,
down.
you're not gonna go down.
But, because I won't, if I have to step in
You
front of you to
won't.
keep you
I'll
from
take the
getting
punch.
injured, so be it.
No, I take the punch.
But I'm trying to take the steps to keep this from happening.
Absolutely. And like I said, I think you guys, if,
We're doing the smart thing.
if something happened and people had to make a decision about who's in the right now, you guys are the ones trying to reach out. get
Well,
stuff
we just want to
documented.
live our lives.
Yeah,
That's all.
everybody.
And I don't want no complications. I don't want no drama. I don't. I'm 57 years old. She's older than me. Hey, leave us alone. She speaks at her tone, voice. Fine, leave it alone. I know her.
It's only, that only happens when that
She's loud.
PTSD gets triggered.
Yeah,
It was
she's
interesting,
loud.
we talked on the phone earlier.
Yeah.
I think emotions were a little more heated.
Yeah.
I was like, Stay's yelling at me.
Yeah,
But it's
see,
'cause-
that's what people think is I'm yelling and screaming.
But she's
So you
cool.
witnessed the phone.
She's no harmful.
Yeah.
She's not harmful.
You just witnessed it on the phone.
When you explain it to me,
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah,
hey,
she-
he said
she's
that,
not
I'm
hard.
talking loud.
And
She's
it's
not
it's been very well documented. It's part of my social security documentation. It's been documented with my doctors. It's been documented with the developmentally disabled program, everything. And I'm a high functioning developmentally disabled person. And let me tell you, I have no problem having you guys kicking your butts right off of the property, telling you guys to go, get out of my face. Have no problem.
Guess what, brother? I gotta live with this.
And I have told, because I'll give you an example. I have, somebody has filed a report, called Protective Services, and the next thing I know, here comes mental health
Oh.
with the response team that they use.
Well,
out
tell
here.
them, but that
And
girl's
I-
gonna come
and-
over.
And I,
That
show
girl's
them the
gonna,
door.
that girl's gonna come over.
oh, Cindy is.
Yeah, Cindy.
The investigator.
Well, she's with APS, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna
Yeah,
come over.
so, and I have no problem, because I'm the one that called her. So, but when even police officers come out to do a welfare check on me, and you wanna know why? They even come in my bedroom when I'm sleeping to do a welfare check, and I said, get out of here. If I didn't call you, you have no right to be here. And they leave.
This is my first time I ever promised.
You know? So
Get down.
I have no problems telling the police officers that. One day I said, don't let the door hit you in the butt and don't let my dog bite you in the butt. Because I had an Australian Shepherd at the time and he was very protective. And he says, and I told Officer that, and then I giggled and he smiled and I said, well, I'm sorry, my dog's protected, so don't let him bite you in the butt on your way out the door.
So are you on the CERT team?
Yes, in Gresham and Multnomah County,
So what is,
CERT's a bigger umbrella. than
I
Portland.
went through that training, the search team training, through the fire department.
Okay.
Yeah, I went through that.
So CERT for us is everything like negotiations, SWAT, K9, hazmat, EDU,
Yeah.
and this. So we have the CERT umbrella, and then we have like SWAT negotiations.
what is the split difference between Portland and Orford progression in Portland.
It's basically 162nd.
Really?
There's a part where it jogs east down 174th,
Really?
like south of Stark.
Go down.
Yeah, I went through that training to be a part of the teams that they were setting up for disasters. Yeah, I went through that training.
Well, now that we have our own Oregon Department of Emergency Management,
Right.
they might be looking for more people willing to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, I already went through the training.
So do you work with Fruit Tiger?
Yeah, yeah. He works
Nights.
graveyard. Yeah, I think he works graveyard now.
Go down.
I went through that training through in Clackamas County.
Yeah, I like Fruit Tiger.
Yeah.
You know where the old hospital was is in Milwaukee, the tall high rise. It's where the housing project is right there,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
the tall high rise. I went through the training right there.
How long you been doing your job?
13 years. Lucky,
down, brother.
lucky 13.
Get down.
This year.
You know, Portland's looking for a few good men.
And then I went through where I did the training for the search team was at the fire department out on Highway 224.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I went through all that training, putting out the fire and everything. I went through the whole 9 yards. They showed us how to pull somebody out from the concrete and everything. Worked as a team. But I lived in that tall high rise in Milwaukee. A whole bunch of us in that high rise went through that training.
I retired just recently from doing concrete work for 30 years.